All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now movement already, so a flag down here on our very first play. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now a play fake here on first down. And his first pass is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Hot. Hot.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
All right, now, look at 56. All right, here we go. 56. 319. 319. Gun! Hot!
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. They give him a gain of 37. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Detroit!
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Back there to that Philly. Here we go.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. Flushed out. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's got his man. That's Landry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hey. Take it. Gun.
Play action. It's Jackson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 319.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Barney. Now let's go. 319. Watch it now, Barney. Sit. Coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Hot.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Barney. Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney. Over.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now, here's Mayfield. Now he steps away. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They go play action. Mayfield. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! 3-19! 3-19! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Mayfield with it once more. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Gun! 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 No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
After the interception, here's Jackson rolling to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Parker that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They run with Collins. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Black 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Leopard. Leopard. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Over. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action with Jackson. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him. And that is sack number 15 for him on the year. They go play action now. Jackson. And he's going to go down again. Benny Logan in there to drop him. And back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Sam Cook now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. The reception good for 7. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Detroit.
Play fake. Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Leopard. Leopard. Now let's go.
Mayfield on play action. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Now let's go.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Going up top. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty.
Here we go.
Mayfield now from the 50. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off play action. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. To throw is Jackson. Off play action. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Throwing, Mayfield. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The Browns on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. From the gun, Mayfield. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. In for the score. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And avoids the contact by sliding. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Off the play fake. Jackson. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Green 39. Green 39. Over. Hot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. To throw is Jackson. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Jackson on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw again is Jackson. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Lucky 56. Over.
They go to Johnson again. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go!
Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. Gets past one man. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Set. Blue landing. Blue landing. Now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney.
This is Collins on the handoff. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
But they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Over. Watch it now, Barney.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. They go play action here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue landing.
Here's Jackson throwing again. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Gun.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Gonzalez to add the PAT. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson to throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. But anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Jackson on first down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Detroit!
From the gun, Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Philly, here we go. Blue 90. Over.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now a play fake here on first down. Being chased out left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more? Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. Right? They have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6, and the Browns continue to roll. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so. The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out. Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone. You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jackson going to throw again. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
Single. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And throw right side complete to Parker. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Leopard.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. A first down throw for Mayfield. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown? On 2nd down, Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's got it. This is Ware. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down. Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th. And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it? And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Oh, look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Play action. Now Jackson steps away. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot. Detroit! Detroit! Hot.
To throw again. Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Larry Ogunjobi in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. The Ravens on third down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 17. Jackson from the shotgun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
No. Check. Patriot.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really...
And that's caught inside the 30. So because of the yards after the catch, they'll wisely decline the PI.
Yeah, since it was pass interference, they would have gotten the yardage at the spot of the foul. But as you correctly noted, a little bit of run after catch for them. That extra yardage made it easy to decline the penalty.
Leopard!
First down, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and it's 3rd and 5. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Derek Kindred there to get a hand on that one.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
right? Get your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
He's going to float this one deep right, and it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10.
No. Detroit! Gone!
Mayfield now from the 50. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15. They give him a gain of 37. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
3 down. Set! Green, 39! Green, 39! Finally, here we go! No. Check! Patriot!
Mayfield now on 2nd down. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Gone! Now look at 56. Here we go. 56. Green, 39.
From the gun, Mayfield. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Now Jackson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Jackson looking to throw on third. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll run fourth. This is Mack. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
If he indeed got it, he didn't get it by much. This is a great push up front.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Larry Ogunjobi. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Gone! Leopard! Hot! Gone!
They go play action now. Jackson buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on second and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but he still have a lot of work to do on third down. Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up fourth down.
And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Leopard!
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Andrews. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Play action. It's Jackson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot! Detroit! Detroit!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. On the move to his left. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Browns defense stands tall. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they go down to defeat for just the 2nd time in 11 games so far. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.